Yeah folks, welcome back to Delboy's Garage. As you can see, it's kind of stopped raining a bit, although it's still threatening. So tonight I'm going to show you what's happened. Now this is the side mount. You saw yesterday we painted it, and this is what's happened. It's bloomed horrendously, and it doesn't matter because it was to be rubbed off. I wouldn't have painted this in that damp, raining monsoon conditions yesterday if I wanted it to be the top coat. This is typical of what happens. The moisture gets to the paint. This is actually quite almost tacky to the feel. It's dry. You can't make fingernail marks in it or anything, but it's horrible. Chalky, dry, dusty, and if you rub it hard, it actually comes off on your thumb. And as you can probably hear, it's just started to rain again. So all I'm going to do tonight is rub off the bloom. Rub down a little bit, some of the white will come through. I'm going to scotch it a bit, the old Scotch-Brite, use some fine paper and get it to a nicer, smoother finish. This is just a case of moving on. You saw this before with the side mount, with the cover, the side cover from the air filter, and this is no different. It's just a case of rubbing it down, exposing the high spots, shooting some more paint, letting it dry, rubbing it down until on it goes. So it's warm, soapy water washing up liquid. That's a great degreaser, takes all this cack off that's developed, all this white scuzzy oxidized paint that's got to come off. And if it comes through the bare metal, just means a little bit of primer just to cover the bare metal because it's important. So I'm going to crack on with this now, get a little bit of rubbing done, show you what it's like when it's ready for the first coat of paint. Here comes the rain. And there we have a rainbow. But you know what it is in life, there's no pot of gold. So I'm going to crack on with this instead. Just make a start with the Scotch-Brite. Take off that oxidization. That white stuff is nothing more than oxidized paint that the water or moisture got to. So just a quick once over with that. This takes virtually no paint off. It just scuffs up the surface. Takes off anything that's loose and not attached properly. Just now you see here, the black's coming off, exposing the little high spots, or what was high spots are coming through as white. So just flatten it down, as they say. That's it. Okay. On the front there I've just really gone at it, rubbed through to just expose the primer, and I'm going to have to touch a bit more because it's just gone through on the corners, which is inevitable, but that's exposed all the high spots, low spots, filled them all in. That's now mirror smooth, so that's what it's all for. You can see it's filled in that weld ripple section which was there. That you can't feel that now, it's completely gone. And when I stick the plate on that, I don't want too much paint on it, so that's a good one. I'm just going to put one thin layer of black on that and that's it. Because if there's too much whacking loads of paint on it, when I stick the plate on with sticky backs, it can peel off and come paint with it. So just needs a thin layer. On the back, I've just used this 1200 grit paper and very carefully gone at it. That's just primer, just coming through in a few spots. I've taken nearly all the layers of black off just down to one coat, and that's smooth as silk now. So that is pretty much ready for final paint. So I'm going to get it washed off, dried, check any other little final areas and get it prepped for painting up. Okay, get it all completely dry. Rubber gloves, keeps the grease off, and if you've cleaned it with or rubbed it down with the soap, that soap does a wonderful job of degreasing, which is important. And that's it. There's a couple of spots of metal around this edge that's showing. So I've got to get some primer on that, sadly. I can't just go straight in there with the top coat. So it's a bit of primer first, but none on the back. So I'm just going to put that there, just so I can do the primer around that edge, shoot it on there nice and successfully. And then that will get the usual 15 minutes to dry. Then I can turn it over, put it on that face, because that face, I keep saying it, that's not an important face, that will sit upside down. then I can lay loads of paint on the back. Get a nice finish. It's on these rib edges that you can't help but rub through. So that's where I'm just concentrating. That's it. That's all it needs. It's just to cover the bare metal. Let's give that some time to dry. Right. Time for the thin coat of black on this for looks only. Doesn't need any build. Concentrating on the edges. Because the middle don't really need any. One little layer, that's it. That's all it's getting. That's it. That'll do it. Clear the nozzle. Now again, 15 minutes, and I can spin it over. Okay, given that half an hour now, and that's come out nice. A little bit soft, but it's dry. So I can turn it over onto that surface now and layer up the back. Okay, coat number one, as always, tack coat. That's it. Just a light one to start. Standard procedure. That's it. Let's give that 15 minutes. Okay, playing this game again. 15 degrees is the minimum, and that was 22 when I did the first one, so it's 18 degrees now. Gonna have to get 5 or 6 thick coats on before we get to 15 degrees, and it's dropping at about, now it's dropped 0.1 already, just while you're looking at it there. So, coat number 2. That's it. Another 15 minutes. Dropping still. Typical this time of the evening. Drops by the minute. So, coat number 3. A bit heavier this time. That's it. Another 15 minutes. Right, as you can see, temperature, it's getting dangerously close. I think we've got one more coat. So what I'm going to do, a little bit of a change of plan, I'm going to take one more heavy coat and lay it up thick now, and then put it indoors, because I think the paint is not even flowing. The blobs are laying on quite spattery, so I'm going to bung this last coat on now, nice and thick, carefully, and we're going to run. and then put it indoors where it's about 22 degrees and it won't bloom. I don't want this bloom like I had last time. I have to rub it all down again. And that is a good thick coat, maybe even a bit too thick, but that's it for tonight. Okay, going to put this indoors now. That will go satin, but if I leave that out here in, that's dropped another 0.1 in the last 20-30 seconds, so it's definitely going to oxidise if I leave it out here in the cold much longer, because it's still damp. All that massive rain we've had, the atmosphere is still humid, and that's going to ruin that. So I'm going to leave it now. It's got 5 thick coats of paint, and that's going to be fine. So I think tomorrow I can make a decision whether I want to flat that down again and add some more paint, because I just want to add up the thickness to give that nice soft look like it's powder coated. So that's going in now. That's it for tonight. We'll come back tomorrow and see what happens to it. Thanks for tuning in, watching Delboy's Garage. As ever, appreciate your support. See you next time.